10 highest mountains in the world. Ever wanted to touch the sky or be above the clouds? Well, some mountains definitely know how to pierce our beautiful blue sky. From Mount Everest to Annapurna and all the peaks in between, these are the highest mountains in the world. Number 1. Mount Everest. As we've already said, and as you already know, Mount Everest is the highest mountain in the world. Its peak is an eye-watering 8,848 meters above sea level, making it well over 8 times taller than the highest mountain in Wales. Everest is situated on the border between Nepal and the autonomous region of Tibet. Officially speaking, the first successful Everest climbers were Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay in 1953. It is estimated that there is well over 200 dead bodies on Everest, all of them remarkably well preserved because of the extremely cold temperatures. Everest is part of the 7 summits. The 7 summits is a list made up of the highest mountain on each of the world's 7 continents. Climbing all 7 of the 7 summits is one of the ultimate achievements in the sports of mountaineering. In the recent years, a lot has been made of overcrowding and human traffic jams on Everest. One photo in particular, taken by mountain climber Nirmal Purja in 2019, illustrated just how bad the problem with overcrowding has become. The dangers of queuing in Everest's scary-sounding death zone has been underlined by last year's higher-than-average death count on the mountain. Off the back of this grim year for climbing, we asked a number of mountaineers for their opinions on how they think the Everest overcrowding problem can be fixed. Number 2. K2. K2, also known officially as Mount Godwin Austen or Chohgori, has a summit of 8,611 meters above sea level. It is located on the border between China and Pakistan. The Chinese side of the mountain is widely considered to be the more difficult and hazardous side, so the summit is usually attempted from the Pakistan side. Behind Annapurna, K2 has the second highest fertility rate of any mountain, with a height over 8,000 meters. Approximately speaking, there's one death for every 4 successful climbs, justifying its nickname as the Savage Mountain. Ever wondered what it's like to climb K2 without supplemental oxygen? This extraordinary human feat of endurance has been brilliantly captured in all-new documentary. Breathtaking K2, the world's most dangerous mountain, give it a watch below. Number 3. Kanchenjunga. Kanchenjunga is a mountain that's impossible to pronounce after a full crate of beers. It's also, perhaps more importantly than that, the 3rd highest mountain in the world. It sits on the border between Nepal and India and has an elevation of 8,586 meters. Located approximately 125 kilometers from Everest, Kanchenjunga is the 2nd highest mountain in the Himalayas, with K2 sitting in the neighboring Karakoram. Up until 1852, it was assumed to be the world's highest mountain. However, after some clever calculating and presumably after recalculating to make sure, it was announced that Everest was in fact the highest mountain in the world, with Kanchenjunga having to settle for 3rd place. There is a tradition when ascending Kanchenjunga to stop just short of the summit. This dates back to the first successful climb of the mountain by Joe Brown and George Brand in 1955. Brown and Brand, who were part of a British expedition, made a promise to regional monarchs known as Chogyal that the mountain's summit would remain pure. Every climber since then has followed the respectful example set by the first ascent. Number 4. Lhotse. Just missing out on a medal and a spot on the podium is Lhotse. Lhotse's elevation, 8,516 meters, is the 4th highest mountain in the world. It neighbors Mount Everest and forms part of the Everest Massif. The summit of Lhotse is on the border between the Khumba region of Nepal and Tibet. It was first climbed to in 1956, when a Swiss team made up of Ernest Ries and Fritz Lutzinger did the business. Interestingly, Lhotse Middle, a subsidiary peak of Lhotse with an elevation of 8,410 meters, wasn't submitted until 2001. The Middle was the final 8,000-meter peak to be submitted, and despite being lower than the main Lhotse summit, is widely considered to be the most difficult climb over 8,000 meters in the world. This is in large part because of the intimidating tower-like shape on its upper reaches. 2019 was a busy year for Himalayan ski descents. Not only did it feature the first ski descent of K2, it was also the year that gave us the first ski descent of Lhotse, made by American duo Hillary Nelson and Jim Morrison. Number 5. Makalu. With an elevation of 8,485 meters, Makalu is officially the 5th highest mountain in the world. Situated 19 kilometers southeast of Everest, on the border between Nepal and China, Makalu is notable for its summit's iconic pyramid shape. Makalu was first submitted in 1955 by Lionel Terray and Jean Cozy, who made up part of a French expedition. Because of the mountain's isolated position, which leaves it exposed to the elements and numerous knife-edge ridges and pant-filling steep sections, Makalu is viewed by many in the mountaineering company as one of the world's most difficult climbs. The latter stages of the ascent in particular involve some extremely technical rock and ice climbing. Number 6. Cho O1. One mountain down the height list from Makalu, but at the opposite end of the difficulty spectrum, is Cho O1. While it's anything but a casual walk in the park, its elevation is an intimidating 8,188 meters after all. Cho O1 is seen by many to be the easiest of the plus 8,000 meter mountains to climb due to its accessibility and generally moderate slopes. Cho O1, which means turquoise goddess, stands on the Chinese-Nepalese border. The first ascent was accomplished by Austrians Joseph Tschöchler and Herbert Tichy, as well as Pasang Dawa Lama from Nepal in 1954. Number 7. Dhaulagiri. With an elevation of 8,167 meters, Dhaulagiri is the 7th highest mountain in the world. It's located in Nepal and was first submitted in 1960 by a combined Swiss-Austrian-Nepalese effort. In 1808, Dhaulagiri was marked down in the record books as the world's highest mountain of those yet surveyed. It was registered as the world's highest mountain until Kanchenjunga took the top spot in 1838, after which Everest went officially to number 1 in 1858. Number 8. Manaslu. Coming in at number 8 on the list of the all-time highest mountains is Manaslu. Manaslu can be found in the west-central part of Nepal and has a summit that's situated 8,163 meters above sea level. The first successful ascent of Manaslu occurred in 1956, when Japanese climber Toshio Imanishi and Nepalese Sherpa Gyalzan Nurbo made it to the summit. The mountain, the highest one in the Gurkha district, is a significant part of Japan's mountaineering history. In the same way that some Brits consider Everest to be their mountain, the Imanishi ascent and subsequent climbs by other Japanese adventurers has seen Japan claim Manaslu as their own. Number 9. Nanga Parbat. Nanga Parbat is the 9th highest mountain in the world. Its summit is 8,126 meters above sea level in the Gilgit-Baltistan region of Pakistan. It resides at the westernmost point of Himalayas and is also the furthest west of all the world's 8,000-meter peaks. In 1953, Hermann Buhl, who was part of a German-Austrian expedition team, became the first man to ascend Nanga Parbat. Nanga Parbat is a notoriously dangerous hill to climb and has been labeled the Killer Mountain by those who deal in nicknames and the like. Locally speaking, the mountain is known as Diomir. Translated literally, this means huge mountain. One of the standout features of Nanga Parbat is the Rupal face, which rises 4,600 meters from bottom to top. The Rupal face, located on the mountain's south side, is often referred to as the highest mountain face in the world. Number 10. Annapurna. Rounding off this list of the world's top 10 highest mountains is Annapurna. Technically speaking, Annapurna is actually a massif in the Himalayas, comprising of 30 mountains over 6,000 meters. For the purpose of this article though, rest assured that whenever we say Annapurna, we're in fact referring to the only mountain in the massif with an elevation above 8,000 meters. Historically speaking, Annapurna and the supporting peaks in the massif are some of the world's most difficult and dangerous mountains to climb. The fatality to summit ratio on Annapurna, for example, is a truly terrifying 32%. The mountain is located in north-central Nepal and was first summited in 1950 by a French expedition led by Maurice Herzog and Louis Le Chenal.